What is going on, Earth signs? This is your girl Venus Archangel here with another love read for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're unsure of your placements, go ahead and check the description box below. Also, guys, please remember that these readings may not resonate with everybody, and that is totally fine. Alright, y'all, let's see what is going on in your love lives. Now, I just told fire signs this as well, that Venus retrograde is making everybody very touchy. What I mean by that is that everybody's vulnerable sides are being exposed. The feminine aspect about us is kind of going through a bit of a crisis. So everybody's going to be taking things said to them probably in a very bad way. And I've noticed this with a lot of the lack of comments and downvotes, but not just that, but how I've been acting, my mother, my father, everyone, right? Everybody's kind of in a very sensitive spot, so just be very careful how you receive information, as well as how as well as how someone will perceive someone's information. Right now, you could be you. I'm not saying make sure you cover up your words or say something that's totally inauthentic to you. But what I am saying though is that if someone says something to you, just be mindful that especially if it's rough and it could have been delivered better. It's a projection of how they feel right now. Okay, right now it's going to be very hard to show compassion, since that's a lot of our feminine sides that do that. But it's going to really remind us that, hey, we have to be compassionate, not to ourselves, but to everybody else as well. And if somebody says something a little rough, just be mindful that they're coming from a place of uncomfort, right? Discomfort. They're going through something in their life where their feminine energy is being pretty much torn to shreds because it's Scorpio. Yours is included, okay? So just be careful that the message is not the message, it's the reaction to the message is the message. So how you feel is more important than what that person is actually saying, okay? So now you guys have the 8 of Pentacles falling out of there, so that talks about a lot of concentration, a lot of building, a lot of focusing on work, which is understandable since Venus is going retrograde, and probably everybody wants to just focus on that instead of feeling vulnerable. But yeah. Yep. Nice. Well, I think so. This looks a little suspicious. Underlying energy is the magician, is the emperor. Everybody's feeling that masculine energy purge. It's like, think about it, it's a chemical imbalance. Your masculine side doesn't die down when Venus goes retrograde, just like how your feminine side doesn't die down when Mars goes retrograde. Now, we're all taking little small hits of our energy flow, and our masculine energy is heightened, so we're going to be extra aggressive when it comes to things that may seem like a threat when it probably really isn't. Now the situation is this, right? There's a lot of taking control, a lot of stubbornness going through. Underneath that you have the 3 of Wands, so I feel like you guys have been working very hard and manifesting, and now it's kind of got to the point where you may be feeling like, you're feeling really aggressive about about getting it. It could be making plans, or you could be dealing with somebody that's very stubborn. I could be dealing with authoritarian as well, because the Emperor is someone that's a boss. Now, for some of you guys, this looks like a situation where there's some sort of, I don't know, some sort of secret's going to be coming out soon, if it hasn't been yet. I feel like somebody may be going through a situation where they're being seen when they probably don't want to be seen. Okay, when somebody's being exposed, and it may not be something that they're really happy about. Okay, it's like someone might sniff them out. But the Emperor is stubborn. Someone that's doesn't compromise. That doesn't break from their own personal traditions, which is their way of the highway, doing it their own way, have their own plan, their own strategies of tackling things. But this is all about action and taking action on a situation. Now, it's very opposite to the High Priestess, because this is all action and this is all not action. Now the thing is that the heart of the reading is talking about the Knight of Pentacles, which is talking about being secluded, keeping to oneself, not really opening up, or not necessarily not opening up, but being in a comfort zone mostly, because it's safe, one, and you're surrounded by your abundance. It's cool, it's comfortable, it's a good place to be. You're feeling very confident in yourself and such. But the thing is that you may end up building a fortress and keep building yourself a gilded cage, which makes it harder. Makes it harder for you to kind of branch out. And that's the thing, right? The challenge is the comfort zone, while crossing it is the High Priestess. I feel like there's some things that are just, I feel like it's on the verge of being exposed. Something is about to be exposed, broken up. Something's about to be said. Something's going to come out of the darkness. Now, you don't get the moon, so I don't really want to say darkness per se, but something that has been kind of hidden about what you've been doing, especially if it's coming about, is about, you know, if this is, I feel like this is a good thing too. I feel like for a lot of you guys have been doing undercover work, building yourself, getting yourself, you know, in a good space, and now it's about, like really like being seen for the work that you've been doing. I think you're now getting to the point where your success can't be hidden anymore, more so than you don't want to be, right? I don't think you guys really want to be being suffocated or hidden anymore about your success and your efforts, because why would you do it anyway? Now in the past you had the Wheel of Fortune, so you had like a new opportunity, and an opportunity come up, present itself a second time around with someone or a situation. Like I think you maybe an opportunity regarding some sort of situation. I really like it. It's a good card. Good luck. It's on your side at this point. But your future is showing the Six of Wands. Good card as well. Success. But something's being shown here. Something is being exposed, or you see somebody, and they're, you know, very proud of where their actions. I think most importantly, this is what I see. I feel like honestly, somebody's is in their comfort zone, building themselves, working on themselves, doing a lot of spiritual work, and they're not really showing that to the world. They're keeping it to themselves. And I feel like this opportunity presented itself, and they're proud of the steps that they made, even though no one saw them or no one has seen them. Or maybe that this is kind of, they're proud of some stuff that only they know about. Okay. Now at the same time, I do feel like there may be some sort of work that's been done, some sort of something that was private that's about to be exposed here, something that you didn't really want people to know about, and I feel like that's what's going to be exposed here. Because you have the Fool, where you have to start a new beginning, experience things, just kind of be in the new reality that the Six of Wands kind of brought up. Because the High Priestess and the Six of Wands, that means something's about to open up. Somebody's about to know something that you probably didn't really care about. No, you didn't really want people to know. But at the same time, there's no moon energy. There's no Seven of Swords. So I don't see like this is something you don't really want to be exposed. For some of you guys, this may be the case. Maybe you're just like, hell no, I don't want my stuff coming out. But then for some of you guys, you're like, finally, I want people to see how much I've changed, how much I've grown, without necessarily saying anything. I feel like the thing is like you're still being very private, so it's hard for people to see how much you've grown, how much what you've become, if you're still in this High Priestess energy where you're kind of being private. But the Fool starts in the future where you start, like I said, you adapt to the new reality. You start to experience the new world that you're in. But it comes from embracing the fact that who you are has changed drastically. I think you've already kind of done that already. But it talks about showing your pride, showing your pride in the work, in the effort that you've been putting in. Okay, I think this is about showing yourself truly. But again, nobody said anything. I don't think anybody's seeing it, because it's not like you're not actually putting yourself out there. It's almost like you just know you're good. You know you feel good. And, externally, sure, you may look good. But I don't think anybody really realizes how much you've changed, how much you've... I don't know about change, but how much you've, developed as a person. The success, the recognition is there. And it's crossed by the High Priestess. Probably a lot of people don't see that. But you have here your goal, aim, ambition as the Page of Swords. Okay? And that talks about communication, blunt truth. You may need to just say what you want to say. Say what you feel like you need to say regarding this opportunity. All right? Nobody's going to know stuff without being talked to or nothing, right? Nobody just knows. And I know that, it's just be easier, so it will save a lot of conversation and stuff. But let's be honest, guys. If you have something that you want to say, or do you want to show someone that you've been wanting to get back together with potentially, you have to communicate. You can't just expect people to just know what you're talking about, know what you're doing, and to see you out of a crowd of other people. Especially if this is a Six of Wands and this is someone else, they're in the like they are doing so much stuff, they're getting so much attention from everyone else, they're not gonna kind of see you. And it's not the mean thing, they're not trying to be mean, they're just doing the things that they do the best, and like they're doing the thing. They're not really realizing that there's someone else out there that's trying to shine and get their attention. So you have to stick out. You have to stand out of the crowd. You've done a lot so far, but the thing that maybe you may need to be doing differently is communicating and getting, communicating more often. Now, this is interesting. The Page of Swords and the High Priestess are two interesting cards. To me, it's like about kind of getting some information on the back end. It's kind of like it's very spy-like. So just be careful that somebody isn't stalking you. And I feel like the goal and ambition is for you guys to gain more information about someone before actually saying something about anything. But I feel like that's the opposite of your advice right now, which is pretty much saying, like, just go for it. Just say what you need to say. Know your truth and then just speak it. Okay? Instead of kind of spying and gaining more information. Okay? If you don't feel ready to come out of your of this comfort zone, of this place of privacy, then you may have to look within yourself to figure out what you need to do that. And speaking of looking within yourself, you guys have time to reflect, which means that it may be time for you to look at a situation a little bit more closely, especially when it comes to yourself. I'm going to be pulling these messenger oracle cards for a couple weeks, because Venus retrograde is kicking our asses, especially mine, and considering that everybody's feeling like super vulnerable, I want to be able to help. This is not an energy I like to be in or feel like. No damsel in distress for me, thank you very much. But hey man, we all need the help. So time to reflect. So it may be something that you may have to look at. I think you've been proud of yourself and doing good, as you should be. But there's something here that's still keeping you from being able to express yourself. You may have to figure out what it is that's doing that and be bluntly honest with yourself. This is talking about being true and being 100%. Don't come in there with half-truths or try to sugarcoat nothing. Just be absolutely honest with yourself, because if you are, you'll be able to get to exactly the problem and get rid of it, right? Because we're in Venus and Scorpio. You have the power to go in deep. Go in deep, even if it's uncomfortable. Trust me, because it'll set you free. I promise. It'll set you free. All right, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and let you go. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys later. Bye, guys.